Hey, welcome to this video where we're going to be discussing role calibration in Eightfold. Sticking with what we covered in our last video, steps taking place in SuccessFactors will appear across the bottom of our hiring journey, with steps taking place outside of SuccessFactors appearing across the top of our hiring journey. The three steps you can see here, vacancy request form, rec creation, and job posting, will stay in SuccessFactors and no change there. Okay, so jumping out of SuccessFactors now and moving into Eightfold, we're going to talk about calibration. So first of all, what is it? Well, at the beginning of the hiring journey, managers and recruiters may not always be on the same page around what the right profile of person is to bring in for a particular role. Now, what happens is recruiters should be having role briefing discussions with hiring managers to discuss what are the skills, what are the capabilities, what is the location going to be for this role, who would be a good role model for this particular position. Now, what Eightfold does is it formalizes this process in a calibration form, and the data you put in around all of these different parameters will then teach the artificial intelligence, enabling it then to match suitable candidates to that position. And that's what we want to show you now. So I'm in Eightfold now, and I'm looking at my requisitions logged in as a recruiter. I'm going to click on the Resourcing Manager requisition here, and once it's loaded up, I'll be able to see kind of some of the requisition details that have been added when I was setting that up in SuccessFactors. Now, what I want to do now is calibrate this position. So if we imagine that I'm having some discussion with my hiring manager, they're on the phone now, and we're talking about the profile for this particular role. And in here, I can go through and I can start to teach the artificial intelligence by selecting some other job locations potentially, so that I can get matched to people that can work in these particular locations. I can also think about any other ideal candidates that we've had. So this could be internal employees or people that have applied for roles that have allowed their profiles to be searchable. I can also have some discussion as well around what are the skills that we're looking for, and we've got a large database of skills that we can add in, that we should have these skills as preferred, these skills as required, or even to exclude certain skills from the artificial intelligence search. I can also then do exactly the same thing around experience, different companies that people have worked at in the past, seniority level, education, and much more. Now, the last thing I'd like to talk about here as well is if we want to think about some research with our hiring managers, just to give ourselves some idea of what skills we may already have at the organization for people that are performing within a particular role. You can actually search in the database here as well and just have a look to see what other, in this example, project managers, what other skills do we frequently have that are very popular for project managers, or what other companies do project managers may have worked at in the past. Not necessarily to copy across, but good to help that conversation with your hiring manager. And that's it. That's calibration in Eightfold. I hope you've enjoyed watching today. If you've got any questions, feel free to post a message up onto our Q&A section on our Teams channel.